You please state your name for the record?
Officer Joel Moss, City of Aaron Police Department.
Okay. Where were you employed on or about February 13th, 2025?
As a police officer with the City of Dixon Police Department.
Okay. Did you have an occasion on that date to respond to Thunder Alley?
Yes, sir.
Is that located here in Dixon County?
Yes, sir.
What brought you to Thunder Alley?
We were dispatched to a possible aggravated assault.
Okay. And what was your participation in that investigation?
As the initial officer and the investigating officer for that assault.
Okay. And where did you initially go as part of your investigation?
I responded to Thunder Alley. I made contact with the victims. I'd have to glance up my affidavit to get their exact names, but I made contact with the victims and also witnesses, got their statements, got the suspect information to include his vehicle information, put out the information over the radio for be on the lookout for on his vehicle, so that way the other officers could start looking for his vehicle. Then I left Thunder Alley and we started searching for the suspect's vehicle.
And were you able to eventually make contact with the suspect?
Yes, we were. And officers initiated a felony traffic stop at close to Highway 46 and the interstate, and we placed Mr. Ragsdale in custody.
You say Mr. Ragsdale. Do you see, are you referring to Cody Ragsdale?
Yes, sir.
Do you see that person here in the courtroom?
Yes, sir.
Can you describe where he's sitting and what he's wearing?
He's wearing a red shirt, sitting next to the defense attorney.
And when you first make contact with Mr. Ragsdale, does he make any statements?
He had made a spontaneous utterance to Officer Hagewood, advising that this was in relation to Thunder Alley. We had also located a semi-automatic handgun on his person.
So before questions ever asked, he said, "Is this about Thunder Alley?"
Yes, sir.
Okay. You said a handgun was found. Where was that located?
In his jacket pocket.
Okay. And can you describe that handgun?
It was a semi-automatic pistol. I would have to glance at my affidavit to get the exact model number due to the length of time since then, but I remember it was a semi-automatic pistol.
Okay. And did he give you any issues as he's been taken into custody?
Yes, sir. He refused to get in the back of the patrol car when I tried to place him in it, and we eventually had to utilize my OC spray him with it, then get him in the back of the car, and he continued to cuss us out. Had to push him into the back of the car forcibly to get him into the back of my patrol car because he did not want to get into it.
So how did he resist?
He kicked at the door and was pushing on the seat, refusing to get into the car.
Okay. Did he make any other statements in regards to the incident at Thunder Alley?
I do not recall.
Okay. Did you make any other observations about Mr. Ragsdale at the traffic stop?
As I recall, he was under the influence of, I'd have to double check my affidavit, but
Would you like to refresh your memory?
Yes, sir.
Judge, may I pass up his warrant?
You may.
Take your time, officer. Were you able to refresh your recollection?
yes, sir.
When you say you think he was intoxicated, like, I guess what led you to believe that was potential?
He smelled of the odor of marijuana.
Okay. And I'll ask the question, like, did y'all do any field sobriety task or anything of that nature?
No, sir.
Okay. Is there any reason why y'all didn't y'all didn't pursue a DUI investigation?
I didn't see him driving, so
Okay, so
Yeah.
that would have been another officer to pursue that if that was the case.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's all I have this witness, Judge.
We got any other questions?
Well, I take that, you weren't the officer that stopped the vehicle, correct?
No, sir, I responded as the backup officer.
Oh, okay, but, and I guess that response to the stop of that vehicle, you know about how much longer that was after, I guess your arrival at Thunder Alley?
I do not recall.
Okay, but were you the first officer on Thunder Alley?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so your involvement in this case deals directly with Thunder Alley and then the stop where some marijuana was found.
Yes, sir, and the firearm.
Okay. And did you interview Mr. Weaver Jr. at Thunder Alley? The younger gentleman that is one of the victims at the earlier shooting at his trailer.
I do not recall if he was one of the victims or not at Thunder Alley.
Please. All right. You don't know if you interviewed Mr. Weaver?
He was the younger gentleman that I saw come in who was interviewed or on the stand before me. Is that correct?
Let me go off on a different direction. Maybe we'll get there. You did interview people
Yes.
at Thunder Alley. Okay. And from those people, you were able to get a description of the car,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And you put that description of the car out.
Yes.
And at some point in time, you were told that, based on that description, did you, and based on your be on the lookout, did you say that this individual could have a weapon?
Yes, I did, because based on the interviews from the people at Thunder Alley, he had lifted up his shirt after an argument and showed the firearm, which was under his shirt. And the argument was based on allegedly Mr. Ragsdale had shot up a house of some of the people prior to
Okay.
the incident at Thunder Alley.
All right. And tell us what you remember. You recall who it was that told you about him lifting up his shirt?
I have the name written down in my affidavit, as I recall.
Okay. I didn't read the whole thing. I didn't want to delay the court, but I'm going to let you find out. Refresh your memory.
All right, so Mr. Weaver advised that Mr. Ragsdale approached him and lifted his shirt, displaying a gun he had on his hip,
Okay.
and put his hand on it.
And so now that refreshed your memory, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And do you remember Mr. Weaver Jr. saying that Mr. Ragsdale approached him?
Yes.
Do you remember Mr. Weaver Jr. saying anything about him observing the firearm while he was doing some kind of thrusting motions with his hip?
He said he had lifted up his shirt and placed his hand on the firearm, which was located on his hip.
Do you remember any kind of thrusting motion or any kind of?
I do not
vulgarity
recall
or
that
anything like
exact
that?
statement, sir.
Okay. Would that have been important for you to include it in a report?
It might be on my main report, but for the affidavit, which states probable cause, no, that was not important.
You did do a report.
Yes, sir, I did a full report
Okay.
to include victim statements.
Okay. And you, did you ever talk to Mr. Weaver Jr. after this incident?
No, sir.
Okay. So that's the only night that you've ever interviewed him?
Yes, sir.
And it was strictly about Thunder Alley
Yes, sir.
and what he alleged to you as an assault by the display of a deadly weapon.
Yes, sir. And then follow-up investigations have been conducted by the detectives division.
What was his intoxication level, do you think?
I do not recall.
Did you smell any alcohol in him?
I know it was in a bowling alley with a bar, so I don't recall whether he was intoxicated or not. By
And were you aware that, and during their statement, or anybody that you interviewed that night, were you ever told that someone followed him out of the bowling alley?
I do not recall. No.
And last question, did you secure the video at the bowling alley?
We were unable to retrieve it.
What happened?
I contacted Thunder Alley a few times. I was not able to get the video from them.
They had cameras, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, and they had those cameras functioning that night?
The people working that night weren't able to get the video that night.
Okay, but you asked them for it that night?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then you followed up about how much longer after that you followed up?
And the following few nights, Officer Purtle, who was also a security officer there, tried contacting the owner, trying to get a hold of them to get the video as well.
And you took the lead in this Thunder Alley investigation, right?
Yes.
Okay. And they told you, what was the reason that they didn't have the video anymore?
I do not recall.
Okay, but you would have put that in your report, that you attempted to get the video and they were unable to provide it for whatever reason.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Brooks, any further follow? Thank you, Officer. You may stand down. Mr. Brooks, you may call your next witness.
Can you please state your name for the record?
Detective Jim Gardner,
And where are you employed?
Dixon County Sheriff's Office.
And what is your position?
I am a detective.
And were you employed in that capacity on or about October 20th of 2024?
Yes, I was.
Did you have an occasion to respond out to an address on a shooting?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember what the address was?
It was on South Bear Creek. I don't recall, 1159, something like that. I'm sorry.
Pull that
I'm sorry.
microphone base toward you, if you can pull it close to you as possible.
It was on South Bear Creek. I don't remember the mailbox number.
Okay. If you would have wrote in your warrant 1454 South Bear Creek Road, would that
Yes,
be
sir.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Is that located here in Dixon County?
Yes, sir. It's in Dixon County.
And that was in response to a shooting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you get to the scene, what is your role?
I was on call that night, and I was dispatched out there because patrol was out there because the Weavers had called in and reported the incident.
Okay.
I was out there to investigate.
And was there evidence, once you get on scene, was there evidence of a shooting?
There was, it was 20 spent shell casings I recovered from the driveway. Yes, sir.
Okay. In the driveway area, you said?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You've heard Doug Jr. testify this morning. Would his testimony be consistent with where these shell casings were
Yes, sir.
found?
They had a gate that was approximately 25 feet from the main road. Maybe another 20, 30 feet from that is where there was evidence of vehicle tire tracks in the gravel, and on each side of the vehicle is where the shell casings were picked up.
And were they all, were they located in one area?
Yeah, it appears that wherever they were fired from, the rifle and gun were in the same location because they were all discharged in the same spots from where they would have been standing.
Were there any indications in the driveway as far as a vehicle, were there any signs that a vehicle came to rest at that area?
There were, in the gravel, you could see where a vehicle had backed up and pulled forward. It was too big a gravel to get a tire track, a tread mark from it. But you could see the one had backed in there and then taken off, and it had spun just a little bit. So you could tell that it was consistent with what was reported.
Was there any damage on the property consisting with shots fired?
In the residence, we found, on the exterior of the residence, there was a bullet hole in the siding of the trailer. Going into the residence to where the bullet would have entered the residence, there was a hole in the wall, and then we found a lead bullet laying there on the side where it had hit, excuse me, the side of a gun safe that was there, and it come to rest, its final rest, right there on the carpet and on the side of it.
And was that collected?
Yes, sir.
As far as potential victims, who was on scene when you arrived?
When I arrived on scene, there was Mr. Weaver, junior, senior, the wife, his other son, I can't recall his name. There were 7 people on scene when I was there.
Okay. And then, was anybody injured?
No, sir.
Okay. How
There
are
was,
you,
getting back to the bullets, there was another bullet that was located in the side of a tree, but we attempted to dig it out and couldn't recover it. But it was a fresh hole, and the bark was missing. So there was two bullets that we found up in there, and that was right in front of the house.
okay, so that tree, would it have been between the house where these people were allegedly at and where the evidence of shell casings were at?
Where the vehicle was parked, their driveway went around, and the house was parallel to the road, and that tree was between where the vehicle was parked and where the residence is at.
Okay. How were you able to develop a suspect in this case?
That night, they advised that there was 2 people that was identified as, they didn't know who they were. The following Monday, when I went out there, the store had allowed them to see the video, and they were able to put a name on Mr. Ragsdale.
Now, were you able to view this video?
I was able to get it that following Monday, yes, sir.
Now, you heard Mr. Weaver's testimony concerning the incident at, is it Tuffy's?
Tuffy's Market,
Yeah, okay.
yes, sir.
That's how I know it. Tuffy's Market, near the Bon Aqua-Dixon line?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You were able to view that video?
We didn't see it that night. There was another employee, and he didn't know how to operate the camera, so the following Mondays when we were able to get it when the manager was present.
But you said the victim had seen it in between that?
Sometime over that weekend, yes, sir.
Okay. Were you able to collect it and preserve it?
Yes, sir. I do have a
Okay.
copy of it.
And were you able to eventually view it?
Yes, sir.
What did you see on the video?
On the video, it shows actually Mr. Ragsdale's in the store, Mr. Weaver's in the store. The video, they're not in there together making contact with each other. They're just both paying customers that go up to the register. It shows when Mr. Weaver goes outside and the altercation out in the parking lot. Mr. Weaver gets some paper towels, and it appears it's consistent with the story that he was trying to get Mr. Ragsdale to clean the spit off the vehicle. And then there's Mr. Weaver swings his bat and hits the side view mirror on the truck, and then they all get in their vehicles and just drive off.
Okay. Were you able to end up, like, the whole spit and blood, why is that even, why is that relevant to this case?
Several weeks prior to that incident taking place, Mr. Ragsdale accidentally shot himself. He shot himself I believe in the lower chin. I think he lost a couple teeth and the bullet came out. So he still had gauze in his mouth and he was bleeding from that. That would have put the blood in the loogie that ended up on the driver's side door window.
Okay. Are you able to make out Mr. Ragsdale in the video?
When he's at the register, yes, and then the same clothing, you can see him out going towards the vehicle that he's sitting in.
And are you able to positively identify him through that video?
At the store, yes.
Do you see that person here in the courtroom?
There's Mr. Ragsdale right there in the red shirt.
Did you eventually make contact with Mr. Ragsdale?
I did not have, excuse me, I did not have contact with him until we took him into custody.
Did he still have injuries from that gunshot wound, or?
Yes, he still had gauze on his face.
Did he say anything?
Just that he didn't have anything to do with it.
Okay. All right. That's all I have, Judge.
Mr. McGowan, you may cross-examine.
Yes, sir, I am.
And his mouth at the time of the gas station incident, it was wired shut. It had,
I don't believe so.
you don't think so?
He's shaking his head no, so I'm going to agree with him, no.
All right.
He was talking.
What's that?
He was talking when I talked to him on Monday, or whatever day it was. I spoke with him in person when we
Yeah,
served the
that's
warrants.
that's how you remember it, right?
That's how,
You remember him talking with no type of impediment at all?
Correct.
Okay. All right. And did he end up, this interview, was that after he got arrested?
oh, yeah, it was while we were serving the warrant, yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
He was
And-
Mirandized, and then I asked him a couple questions, and it was
But you don't remember him having any problem at the time? talking to you?
speaking.
Yeah, speaking.
Oh, no, sir.
Okay. And briefly, the video that you watched from the store, he never got out of the vehicle, did he?
Yes,
Well,
he
I'm
was in
sorry.
there was video of him in the, go ahead.
Let me rephrase that. That was kind of vague. After he exited the vehicle and got back into his truck, and Mr. Weaver approached his truck, he never got out of the vehicle at the gas station again.
After he was in the store and went back to the vehicle, no, sir, he did not get back out of the vehicle.
Other than the alleged spitting, the only person that, on the video, that seems to be
In the video,
violent is the victim in this case.
he is seen walking over to the driver's side window of the van.
Okay.
And then he gets back into his vehicle. It's a distance where you cannot see the spit, but later it was recovered off the window.
So was that spit saved? I mean, there's
Yes,
a
sir.
DNA swab.
Yes, sir.
Have y'all sent that off for testing?
It's been sent off. I'm sure they're done with it by now, maybe. I'll have to check on that.
And you said that there was a slug that was recovered from inside the trailer,
Yes, sir.
and that was saved in evidence,
Yes.
and that's been sent off for ballistic
It's
testing.
been sent off, but it was too damaged to get anything from it.
And was that the complete slug, or was that shrapnel from a?
It was the lead portion of the slug, and it was damaged to where they couldn't even tell what the caliber was.
And you said there was another gunshot strike inside the trailer or
Inside of a tree.
inside of a tree?
Yes, sir.
So we have one in a tree, a strike in a tree, and a
Yes.
strike in the trailer.
Yes.
Find any others?
No, sir.
And how many shell casings did you find?
20.
How many?
20.
You found 20 shell casings
sir.
at the scene.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And only 2 strikes.
Yes, sir.
And then it's your understanding that only one person was out in the front yard that could possibly identify people.
I was told that Mr. Weaver Jr. was on the front porch and Mr. Weaver Sr. was standing in the driveway. And I told you how the drive swoops around. You could see directly down to where the gate is from where his truck was parked. And he said he was at his tailgate of the truck when the incident began.
Well, Mr. Weaver Jr. never identified any specific individual, did he?
He identified the truck
He identified the
as the
truck.
same truck from the,
Now, has Mr. Weaver Sr. identified any specific individual?
he identified Mr. Ragsdale.
Or was that in a photo lineup?
It wasn't on a lineup with me. It was on where the gas station allowed them to go look at the video over the weekend. And that's where I think they took a picture with their cell phone.
So the victim went and conducted an investigation at the gas station, looked at the photo at the gas station, and then
Yeah,
you were informed that he knows
they allowed him to look at
who
the
it
video.
was and where they live.
Yes, somewhat in that order, yes, sir.
And did he tell you who it was that told him the identity of the,
It
Mr.
was,
Ragsdale?
it was a female that they ran with. I don't remember.
do you know her name?
I'm sure it's in my report, maybe. I think it's on Mr. Weaver Senior's written statement.
Now, there's been some testimony, and you heard this testimony. I know this has been an issue. You heard testimony from Mr. Weaver Jr. that he doesn't know Cody Ragsdale. This is the first time, October 20th was the first time that he'd ever seen him, in his understanding. You hear him say that? Did you hear Mr. Weaver Jr. say that?
Yes, I heard him say it.
Okay. And has your investigation revealed that that might not necessarily be true?
There was, from what I understand, there was maybe some type of an altercation that somewhere in the past, years ago. And that was just hearsay, what I've heard.
But you didn't get that information from Mr. Weaver Jr. or Mr. Weaver Senior or anyone from his family?
No, I think I got that from Cody.
From who?
Cody Ragsdale.
All right. And that altercation was what he described to you as an aggravated robbery. Something was taken from him at gunpoint, correct?
Yes. Well, not gunpoint. I think there was a taser involved.
Now, have you asked the Weavers about that?
Yes.
Okay. And they just denied that?
Yes.
And have they given you any kind of reasonable answer as to how it was that Mr. Ragsdale would know him and how he would know where he lived?
No, the area, they're both their residents are probably within a mile of each other. They probably frequent at Tuffy's. I don't know.
Or Mr. Ragsdale doesn't live within a mile of the Weavers, does he?
By the way, crow fly is probably pretty close to it.
How about now? Does he live there, close there now?
I don't know where Mr. Ragsdale lives now.
Okay. You know who he lives with?
I have no idea. He was living with his father at the time.
Haven't been keeping an eye on him?
No, sir.
Okay. Ballistics on the, there's been several guns recovered in all
Yes.
this. All right. Has the ballistics from any slug that was found inside the house or possibly in a tree, you just saw the strike in the tree, correct?
Yes.
So you only got one slug from the house?
Correct.
Partial slug.
Correct.
Has that matched in any gun that's been associated with?
The one that was recovered could not be identified. They don't actually use ballistics. They use the cartridges, the strike of how the hammer falls on the cartridges, and the bullets that were recovered and the two weapons I got, they're not matches.
Okay. They did not match?
No.
So any gun that has been associated with Mr. Ragsdale,
If you say any gun, the two guns that I was given, there's multiple guns and videos that I've never been allowed to see.
multiple guns and videos. So there's the video from the bowling alley, correct?
Yes.
Well, no, we don't have any video from the
No.
bowling alley.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're correct.
That wasn't a trick question.
You're correct. Right.
All right. There's the statement that he had a gun at the video. There's a statement that he had a gun at the bowling alley, correct?
Right.
And then at some point, we don't know how long, later that night, he's pulled over on a traffic stop.
Correct.
And there's a gun recovered.
Correct.
Now, did any of the shell casings at the house match that gun?
Different caliber, from what I understand.
So you didn't, so no need to even test it, correct?
It wasn't my case, so
Okay. Well, that would help your case, would it not?
when I found out it was not the same caliber, there was no reason for me to go any farther with it.
And then, said the same guns in the video. There's no video from, the trailer. They told you they didn't have any cameras, correct?
Correct.
And so there was, I guess, at some point, he was arrested on the warrant and there were some guns seized from his house.
2 guns were given me from his house, yes. His father gave me 2.
Did he give those to you or
His father did, yes.
his father did? Okay. Is that when he was being arrested or?
Same day, yes,
Was
sir.
that part of an investigation leading?
Same day.
Same day, okay. And those 2 guns, are you saying don't match?
The
Shell
strikes from those 2 guns do not match the strikes on the evidence that was picked up from the driveway.
No further questions.
Redirect? Thank you. Detective?
Mr. Ragsdale, what is your physical address right now? Where do you live?
1159 on Highway 46 South, Dixon.
Okay, and who lives there with you at that residence?
My dad and then my baby mama and kid.
Okay, and you said a kid. Your kid?
Sir?
Does your dad have a significant other that lives there?
No.
Okay, and how old is your child?
She'll be 1 coming in March.
Okay, and do you work?
Yes, sir.
Do you provide support, financial support for help
Yes.
pay the bills, pay the
Yes.
groceries?
Yes.
Okay, and where do you work?
Sam Jordan Construction, LLC.
How often do you work?
Well, now lately, the past couple months, we ain't been working that much. He's still trying to find jobs to do.
All right,
This company's only been open a couple years.
but it's construction work, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And that's been a little slow during the winter,
Yes, sir.
slower than what it is in the summer.
Yeah.
So were you busy this summer working?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Is where you live now, is that within a mile of where these other folks live?
I assume so. South Bear Creek's right down the road.
Okay, so that's where you were living at the time this has happened.
Yes, sir.
No further questions.
Mr. Brooks, you have any questions on that issue? Thank you, Mr. Ragsdale. You may step down.